Hello everyone. In this video we will see how to add the new listing to your directory, who can do it, and how to manage your fields, and how to create custom ones as well. Let's get started. On DirectoryEasy we have three types of users that can add the new listing. We have directory owner, which is you, or directory member who signed up for a new account, or a simple visitor who doesn't have an account. Of course, you can limit adding new listings to owner only or owner plus directory member. You can do that by heading to your sidebar, then customization, miscellaneous, and listings. From the listings tab, from here you can select who can submit listings, and also a new feature that has been added recently. Also, whether you want to make all your listings publicly available or only few or nothing until the user creates his account. So you basically lock your content until a visitor sign up for a new account. Otherwise he won't be able to see your directory listings. Let's go over all different cases, starting with the case where anyone can add listings even without signing up. And by the way, even with that, listings are submitted under a pending review status by default, so no need to worry about drowning your directory with spammy listings. Nothing passes without your permission or review. We have our directory here. Visitor will click submit your listing or business or whatever. This is, by the way, customizable. After that, you get this comprehensive form where user can fill in for the information about this business. And you may wonder, but my business doesn't require pricing or coupons, for example, and maybe I will need users to provide other information that aren't here. It's easy. All the form you see here is fully customizable. You can remove any fields you like, except I think the listing name, which is required, and also the SEO manager tool, and even that it's optional. So after user fill in the required field, he click submit listing, and it's pending review by default. If we go to our dashboard as directory owner, we'll see the listing here. We can choose to reject the submission while optionally informing the user why we have done that. You can also approve it or publish it, of course. And the difference between these two is that approved means that the listing was reviewed by us and it passes the review phase, while published means that it is visible to public. And the reason we made these two different status is that some directory owners like to review submitted listing and approve it without publishing it until a certain period of time passes. For example, you can tell your visitors that their free submissions are subject to 60 days, let's say, delay before it becomes published, unless they pay for a subscription. You see, that's how we encourage directory owners to monetize their directory. And we will see how you can automate this process from the automation section in later videos. You just approve the listing by making sure information is legit and set it to be published after X amount of days. And when the period comes, it gets published automatically without your interference. What else we have here? If you choose to publish the listing, you can send an email, of course, to the submitter by providing him with a temporary link that he can use to edit his listing. That's the email he receives. And if a visitor made some change, the listing goes through review process once again. Now, see the case where only members can submit listings. You can select that from your dashboard, and when a member hit this button, submit a listing, it will be redirected to sign up page for a new account. In the last option, which is submitting listings by owner only, this button is completely invisible, and of course the sign up page is inaccessible. Now, continuing on the same topic, which is listing submission. As mentioned earlier, customers can add their own custom fields. Custom fields, for those who don't know, are additional data points you can collect beyond the basic listing information. For a restaurant directory, you might want to capture things like cuisine type, price range, seating capacity, or reservation links. Custom fields lets you define exactly what information you need. You can organize these fields into sections to keep everything structured and organized. For example, you could have a dining details section with the fields for cuisine and capacity, and an amenities section for parking and outdoor seating. Now let's dive into custom fields. When you open this section, you will see two main buttons at the top: add section and add field, and below that there is a drag and drop area where you can reorder your sections and fields. You might already see some existing sections like dining details, which contain fields for things like cuisine type and price range. These are usually marked as required and will show up on listings. You can drag items around anytime to change their order. Now let's create a new section for our restaurant directory. Even though we already have the dining details section, we are going to make a separate section to show you the full process of adding and configuring a section from scratch. Okay, to create a new section, click add the section. Let's make one for our restaurant directory. You will need to give it a name like dining details, and you can add an optional description explaining what this section contains. For example, information about cuisine, capacity, and dining options. Make sure the section is active so it shows up in the forms, and enable show in filters so users can filter restaurants based on fields in this section. You can also choose to have the section expanded by default in the filters, which is useful for important sections like dining details. And when you are ready, just click create section. Next, we'll add a custom field. Click add custom field, and let's create one for cuisine type. Give it an internal name like cuisine type, and let's set the display label to cuisine type, which is what users will see. For the field type, choose from several options. You can use text for single line input, number for numeric values like seating capacity. You can use email for validated addresses, URL for links, date for date picker, for example, text area for longer text. We have also checkbox for yes, no options, or list for a drop-down menu. For our cuisine type, we'll pick a list, assign it to the dining details section, and the placeholder text like select cuisine type, and leave the default value empty for now. And let's submit some options here. We got, for example, tagine, tangia, harira, mishwi, and these are very delicious Moroccan meals, by the way. I would really recommend. Yeah, and we allow multiple selections. Then there are visibility settings to control where this field appears. Make it active so it shows in forms, and required if you want users to fill it in. Decide whether to show it on the listing page, and whether the label should appear like cuisine type, Italian, for example. You can also show it on cards in search results if it's important, but usually only key information goes there. Finally, enable show in filters so users can filter restaurants by cuisine type. Click create field to finish. After creating fields, you can edit them anytime, change visibility, update labels, or remove fields between sections using drag and drop. Now let's see how it works in practice. Click submit new listing, enter the restaurant name, and select a category. Go to the additional information tab, and you will see all the custom fields you created, organized by section. Fill them in and click submit. Back on the directory page, you will see filtered options in the sidebar for all fields you marked as filterable, like cuisine type, price range, outdoor seating, and other amenities. Users can use these to find exactly what they are looking for. Open a listing page, and you will see all the custom field information displayed neatly. The cuisine type, price range, service options, and amenities, just as you configured them. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.